Hello and welcome to Football Daily, where today we're looking at players who became great late in their careers. Goalkeeper, Dino Zoff. Like many of the players on this list, Dino Zoff played his football in Serie A, a division which seems to have a magical effect on ageing footballers. The keeper, best known for his 9 years with Juventus, didn't join the Bianconeri until he was 30, having featured previously for Napoli, Mantova and hometown club Udinese. As a result, Zoff didn't lift his first club trophy until he was 31, a Scudetto, and he added another 5 in Turin. He also played in 2 European Cup finals, and for the whole of his time with Juve, the team conceded under a goal a game, with Zoff playing 332 consecutive games, setting a Serie A record which still stands today. At 40, Zoff captained Italy at World Cup 1982, as the Azzurri won the trophy for the 3rd time, their first victory in the competition since 1938. He was voted into the team of the tournament and remains the oldest player ever to feature in a World Cup final. He retired the following year. Defender, Laurent Koscielny. After 7 years at Arsenal, Frenchman Laurent Koscielny has become a highly respected defender, often holding together the Gunners' back line by himself. The 31-year-old recovers possession nearly 5 times a game, and yet commits about 1 foul every 2 games. Remarkable figures in Arsene Wenger's haphazard defence. But it wasn't always this way. Signed for £8.5 million back in 2010, Koscielny was sent off on his first competitive debut for Arsenal, and later featured in the devastating 8-2 loss to Man United. Though quick and strong, the centre-half was reckless, leading Wenger to prefer the steady Per Mertesacker as a starter. And worst of all, Koscielny pretty much single-handedly extended Arsenal's trophy drought from 6 years to 9, when a brainless mix-up with Szczesny handed Obafemi Martins an open goal in the 2011 League Cup final. It took him until 2014 to make amends, as he netted in Arsenal's 3-2 FA Cup final victory over Hull. Defender, Pepe. At 34, Pepe is coming off 2 of the best years of his career. The Portuguese giant has won the league, 2 Champions Leagues and the European Championship over the last 18 months, but finally left Real Madrid for Besiktas after suffering an injury-hit campaign in Spain. The defender has calmed down a lot since his early days, or at least he's got a bit better at hiding his dirty side. In 2009, Pepe received a 10-game ban for putting his studs into Getafe's Xavi Casquero, while in 2012 he enraged Catalonians everywhere by stamping on their beloved Leo Messi's precious hand. But believe it or not, Pepe hasn't been sent off once in La Liga over the last 5 years, and still has only around a third as many career reds as teammate Sergio Ramos. As hard as he is to like, Pepe is a spectacular player. Defender, Andrea Barzagli. So perhaps it seems strange that a man who won the World Cup at 25 makes our team, but Andrea Barzagli had won just 2 pieces of silverware before that, the Italian 3rd and 4th division titles. He was a surprise inclusion in the 2006 squad, only getting on the pitch thanks to an injury to Nesta, but the Azzurri's success was to be a sign of things to come. After a move to Fiorentina fell through in 2008, Barzagli left Italy entirely, joining Wolfsburg unexpectedly. He made his Champions League debut at 28 and played every minute for the Wolves as they won the Bundesliga in that first season. It remains their only domestic title. In 2011, Juventus finally came calling, paying only €300,000 for the now 29-year-old. Club chairman Andrea Agnelli called it the best signing we ever made, as Barzagli rewarded the Bianconeri with the finest performances of his career, winning 6 successive Scudetti, including 3 doubles in a row. He's now 36 and still a part of Europe's best defence. Midfielder, Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta joined Arsenal in 2011 as a well-regarded but unspectacular attacking midfielder. A 29-year-old journeyman who came through Everton, Rangers and Paris Saint-Germain, where his captain was Mauricio Pochettino, the Basque was a graduate of Barcelona's academy, but had never won a single cap for Spain. Under Wenger's guidance and after the departure of Alex Song, Arteta gradually moved into a deeper role, where his brilliant anticipation and distribution kept the Gunners ticking. Arteta completed more passes than any player in the league, while winning more than 5 tackles and interceptions a game. That's better than N'Golo Kante. Best friends with Xabi Alonso as a child, Arteta came to resemble the Real Madrid legend in his playing style. Now retired, he works as a coach under Pep Guardiola, and has also been offered a role in Pochettino's Tottenham setup. With that pedigree, perhaps he'll one day manage Arsenal to the title he couldn't win as a player. Midfielder, Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes was never bad, let's just say that at the start, or Joe Tomlinson will blow his carrot top. But the Englishman wasn't always a world beater either. In his youth, Scholes was a very good attacking midfielder, twice hitting double figures in the league for Man United, even outscoring striker Diego Forlan in 2003. But it was only when Scholes moved into a deeper role that he established himself as an icon of the game. His pinpoint passing and flawless match intelligence provided the platform for success in the league and in Europe, with the great Xavi Hernandez saying, "He's the best central midfielder I've seen in the last 20 years. He's spectacular, he has it all." His questionable tackling may have sometimes got him in trouble, with Scholes picking up 32 yellow cards in the Champions League, more than anyone else in the competition's history. But he was a top-class contributor for United until the mad age of 38. Midfielder Fernandinho. Before he arrived at Man City back in 2013, Fernandinho had played an attacking midfield role in a Shakhtar Donetsk team which had won 6 titles in an 8-year spell. However, he was already leading the Ukrainian side in tackles and interceptions, and when City forked out £34 million for a player who was already 28, they paired him with Yaya Toure in a fearsome midfield duo. Fernandinho actually paid £4 million of his own transfer fee, and his desire to play in the Prem showed in every performance. Where he once hit 11 goals in a single league campaign, he never exceeded 5 at the Etihad, instead covering in defence while Toure bombed forward. Having won just 5 Brazil caps at the time of his move, he went on to earn 22 in the next 2 years, as well as an English title with the Citizens. He has since filled in at right back and centre back, and Pep Guardiola is clearly an admirer of the player, telling the press, if a team has 3 Fernandinhos, they would be champions. Midfielder Dries Mertens. Dries Mertens became a superstar this year with a staggering 28 league goals for Napoli as the Partenopei lost Gonzalo Higuain. The little Belgium's pace and trickery baffled Serie A centre-backs as Mertens completed 2 dribbles a game and created 2 chances, all while getting off shot after shot from inside the box. It was a performance predicted by Mertens' career in the Netherlands, where he scored 45 goals in 2 seasons for PSV. Unsurprisingly, those numbers enticed Napoli to move for the wide man, bringing him in for under €10 million, but his goals didn't come with him. In fact, over his first 3 years in Italy, Mertens scored 34 goals in all competitions, the same tally as he managed in his last season alone. His insane campaign led to interest from Man United and Chelsea, but Mertens signed a new contract and the 30-year-old will remain in Naples until 2020. Forward, Dario Hubner. He may not sound that Italian, but Dario Hubner was a classic Azzurri centre-forward, a powerful finisher who earned the nickname the Bison. He turned professional at the age of 20 and spent the first 10 years of his career playing in Serie B, C and D. Though he averaged around 0.4 goals a game, he couldn't break into the top flight and had to supplement his income with a job cleaning windows. At the age of 30, Hubner was picked up by Brazil and finally got his shot in Serie A. He scored on his debut against Inter, with the man providing the assist, an 18-year-old Andrea Pirlo. Hubner hit 16 goals that season, and after switching to Piacenza, he finished as joint top scorer in the league, bagging 24 goals at the age of 35 to share the award with David Trezeguet. Bizarrely, Hubner averaged 0.6 goals a game after he turned 30. That's better than Antonio Di Natale managed after hitting that age. Forward, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. If you're under 18, you probably think Zlatan Ibrahimovic has been world-class his whole career, but you'd be wrong, as the lanky Swede didn't manage more than 17 goals in a league campaign until he was nearly 28. By comparison, Darren Bent had done it in the Premier League by the age of 22. But in the 9 seasons since then, Zlatan has passed 25 league goals on 5 occasions, hitting 291 in 404 in all competitions, and won 7 league titles. While his pace has diminished, Ibra remained one of the most physically dominant athletes in the sport, scoring or assisting 22 of United's 54 Prem goals in his 1 season at Old Trafford. That's nearly 41%. Now at 36, Zlatan finally looks set to leave the highest level, exiting Europe's top 5 leagues for the first time since he joined Juventus 13 years ago. If he lands in the MLS, he could break every scoring record they have. Forward, Diego Milito. Another Inter old boy, Diego Milito had scored big numbers in Spain and Italy by the time he was 30, but had never convinced a giant club to take the chance on him. The Argentinian had a handful of international caps, but had recorded seasons of 20 plus goals at Genoa and Zaragoza. And Jose Mourinho secured his signature for €28 million in 2009, along with the bargain 10 mil signing of Thiago Motta. In his first year at Inter, Milito scored 30 goals in 52 games, including a double in the Champions League final as the Italian club won the treble. He had never even played in the competition before. In the space of a single season in Milan, he went from having 1 trophy in his cabinet, a title with Racing Club in his homeland, to 6, and was named Serie A and UEFA Player of the Year. 5 years later, now 35, Milito returned to Racing Club and once again became champions in Argentina, the first time the side had topped the division since the striker had left as a youngster.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that. As usual, let us know what you thought in the comments below. And if you liked that, why not check out the video that's on screen right now? Click it, it's a good one. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.